Okay, you guys, so I got most of the three pieces that I wanted to be sanded done, and I actually have the fourth wall sanded. It's not, well, yeah, it's pretty straight. I have a very small square that I use. It's also a straight edge, plus my wooden ruler, plus my steel ruler that's over there on the other workbench. And then, well, my tools are scattered all over the place. So, I'm gonna get my glue. Cheap Dollar Tree super glue. Out of everything I've ever built, I would have spent another entire fortune had I purchased the expensive glue. It's just the way things are. But yeah, this glue works just fine. I'm going to go ahead and put a bead of glue on this piece here. I don't use a whole lot of glue because the less glue you use, the better, because it'll dry faster and make less of a mess. It'll leave less of that white residue on there. Another thing I forgot to mention, I did take all of these tan building pieces and I washed them with warm soapy water in my sink before I started working with them. These cast plastic or resin buildings that you get, Wathers not so much, but DPM and this manufacturer, City Classics, they mold their buildings in all one piece, so they don't, as you can see, there you go. Well, you almost had it, didn't you? Well, I'll go ahead and glue these together how I need to have them, and then put the styrene backing on them to strengthen them up. But anyhow, they are one-piece castings, and they use wax inside of the castings so they don't stick into the rubber mold. So it'd be wise to definitely wash these pieces. Anyhow, the shape of the building doesn't have to be at a super curvature. I mean, these one pieces are about 3 inches long, so the curvature, I don't have a ruler available. I have an angle ruler, but I packed it away when we thought we were going to get that house. Obviously, you know that things fell through with that. We first had a house picked out, we liked it, we wanted it, we put a bid on it, and our real estate agent went on vacation. While he was gone, another bid was put on it. He was supposed to be checking it, supposedly. We ended up not getting that place. It needed a lot of work, but it had a lot of land. The place that we're looking at now needs a little bit of work, but it has good land and a huge house. So we're looking at that. There you go, it's glued together. I will take some thin styrene. I'm not sure what thickness this is, but I imagine it's the same thickness as this evergreen styrene here, which is 0.4 millimeter, 15.15 inches. I don't know where my scissors are, so I will use my X-Acto knife. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my straight edge and I'm going to bend the styrene just ever so slightly to fit in this crack, so to speak, and then I'll glue them together. This will strengthen it and keep it from coming apart while I'm working on it. I have it sitting on another piece here. Right here you can see. It keeps it slightly elevated, and the other piece is flat on the board, which actually keeps the curvature just how I like it, at a very slight bend, which actually works perfect. There you go. There's the first wall. It doesn't look too bad. And what do you know? The curvature is perfect. If it's not perfect, I can take it, now that this styrene is glued to it, and I can slightly bend it more, or I can straighten it out more. So this piece is just about done. This will be the next piece, because it has the rough edge. I'm saving the cleanest edge piece for the outer wall up here. So the next wall, we'll glue it together. I want to turn it around like this because I like it like that. And I'm going to stick it up there and glue it. What I do is I just eyeball my buildings. I don't recommend this for a lot of people, especially beginners. Eyeballing is something that you have to acquire over time. You can't just start modeling and then say, oh, that's perfect right there. A lot of us modelers who do model structures, such as Vinny, aka BNSF 6951, he does a lot of scratch building and kit bashing on his buildings, and he does use a ruler. You see him using a ruler and marking things out, but I guarantee you he has eyeballed many things on his builds, but probably doesn't want to admit it. It's not, I'm not a perfect modeler, I'm not wonderful, but I'm able to kind of mold buildings with my hands and get them to fit the shape that I want. If they don't fit the exact shape, it's no big deal. Before the glue is 100% dry, you can re-break the building and at the crack and get it to be where you want, or you can bend it and flex it until you get it where you want it. Another building modeler that you guys will want to check out is Modeler Man Mike here on YouTube. He also has some other sites that you can go to, such as his Google Plus site and Facebook and Twitter. He builds a lot of structures. He's not exactly a model railroader, he just likes to build the structures. I imagine if he wanted to build a train layout, he could probably do pretty damn good at it. So give him credit where credit's due. He's a very good building modeler. And I'm going to go ahead and repeat the process here of the piece of styrene that I'm going to kind of prop it up with, or make a sturdy little piece of styrene just to keep it together. It's still thin enough styrene to where I can bend the building if I want to, or modify it slightly. Once again, I'll take my straight edge, measure it flat, and bend it. It's got a slight bend in it. It's perfect. A little bit of glue on either side. Don't use a lot of glue. I've gotten a lot of models secondhand. I don't have a lot of money, I'm actually a motorcycle mechanic by trade, and I have a shop, and you know, there's a lot of things you have to take into consideration, and so I don't have a lot of money to be spending on trains and train stuff. Plus I have a wife, and we all know what that's like. Sorry ladies if there's any girls watching. But you know, things are expensive. I have 2 kids. My daughter's in high school and my son is in junior high. And they're both into sports at school, and my daughter's into choir, my son's into football, so you know how expensive that can get. And voila, as you can see, I now have 3 of the sections that I want, and wow, I don't know if you can see that, but they are damn near perfect. I'll give you a straight up and down view, if you can see that. Oops, I glued my thumb to the tripod. I finally found my tripod, so I'm able to use it. But anyway, here's the 3rd wall section. I'm going to go ahead and glue it on. And then, wow, we're really cooking along, aren't we? So the 3rd wall, I can put this in here, and then I guess you have to listen to me talk while this one dries. I built an N-scale layout about 15 years ago, and it took me a while to build. I was having great fun with it. The custom building and laying track, and I even built cattle pens with fences out of very, very small strip wood. That was really cool. However, when I was done, the Atlas track was horrible. Vinny, you'll know about that. For some reason, the Atlas track does not accommodate Atlas locomotives and a wide variety of freight cars and passenger cars. The wheel flanges, which are the little like sharp edges of the inside of the wheels, are too tall for the inside of the frogs on the Atlas switches, on the Atlas engines. So why Atlas would design track to go with their trains that doesn't work, I don't know why. But the problem extended even further beyond that. My Intermountain equipment wouldn't work on it. My Microtrains cars, which everybody loves Microtrains if you're into N-scale, they're awesome. Even they would derail. I just couldn't get the Atlas track right. I ended up getting frustrated and just quitting the whole shebang. Ripping it apart, piecing it out, and, well, you know how that goes. But anyhow, anyhow, there you go, Vinny. You like that one? You're rubbing off on me, buddy. The layout, it was a fun build. I learned a lot from it, from scratch building and kit bashing, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was great fun. I still have all the buildings from that layout. They are on the other videos that I have for the N-scale Milwaukee Road building that or layout that I was starting. Yeah, you guys, I still have that layout. I'm going to devote some time to it. I bought some track. I just bought straight flex track. I don't have any switches yet. Switches in Payco are hard to find in my local area. And I've been spending all my time and money on HO scale and motorcycles and ATVs. But I will get, this feels a little weak yet, I'll hold it a little longer, but I will get some content of the N-scale layout up pretty soon, to make you guys happy. but yeah, that layout gave me a lot of experience, and actually what inspired me to do it was an article in the April of '98 Model Rower, I believe it was. Switching Chicago's North Side by Bill Denton. The Kingsbury branch in N Scale, Milwaukee Road in Chicago. What a wonderful article. I think it was probably the best model rower magazine that I've ever written. And the article in there in particular, Bill Denton's Kingsbury branch, not only the photos were great, but the story was awesome. And the way he had built his buildings, I stared at the pictures for hours trying to think, oh, what brand is that building? Where did that building come from? How did he modify it? And I was telling this to Modeler Man Mike the other day. We had a conversation about what I like to do in model railroading and why I like to do it. And, oh, came apart. A strange curvature there. So anyhow, I will bend this one by hand and stick it on there. Let's make sure I get it straight. But anyway, I was telling Mike about it the other day, about what I like to do the most in model railroading and why. And that article that Bill Denton had in the April '98 Model Railroader, I believe it's the April of '98, really inspired me to get into the kit bashing. Because anyone can buy the kit you have and put it together and paint it just like yours. It may not look the same quality. It may be the... oh, I got my neighbors got music on really loud. Thanks, Carl. Anyhow, isn't that the Viagra music? Okay. Anyhow, anybody can buy the building that you have, paint it like yours, and put it together if they watch your video. So anyone can have what you have. That's the way I look at it. And you know, when I first started, that was no big deal. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. You know, I liked it. I liked it just period because of the fact that I could have a realistic building and build it like, say, a Walthers structure or design preservation models, which most of them are like square boxes. I'll show you one, for instance, while this is drying. I have a couple of them here. Okay, this first one is a design preservation models building kit. I forget what the name of it is. I'm sure there's someone out there that's going to tell me what it is. But it has the windows in it. I know the lighting's not great because the sun is shining through my garage. But I have the end here that I had. I painted it like it had been burnt because I had a building next to it and a lot that was like crushed and burnt and everything. It was really cool. This side just has the soot and a little cowboy poster on it, and then there's the back. But yeah, most DPM buildings are square, and they expect you to build them square. But if you look at my N-Skill video, most of those are DPM buildings or DPM parts and pieces. Some of them are Walthers. I got into building them awkwardly so as to say this is a one-of-a-kind building and you don't have it. Here's another one. This one actually has an interior in it, if you could see in there. There's a staircase inside of the stairwell hole. I have a grand opening sign. I have a gold chain there and a flower box on it. This was my wife's building. It was on a different layout. I built this one special because the back can come off in one piece like so, with the wall painted white. That's what the back of the building looks like. I actually never did finish this one. And there's the interior. The interior is cardstock and styrene with doors. It's not finished yet. I was going to put little tables and chairs in there because this is like a bed and breakfast or bar or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, the staircase is over here. Oops. And yeah, you can probably see the little staircase going up in there. And then the back just fits on like so. Boom. This was another building that I built. It's not done yet because I didn't finish the layout. The layout got ruined in a storm. My garage started leaking, and that's another story. Anyhow, I like to start building structures like that around probably 2003, and ever since then I haven't really had the urge to build a building by following the instructions and having it perfectly square. Loud music. The building there, which is Golden Valley Canning, I believe that was one of my last buildings that I actually followed the instructions on, but I'm not sure, so I don't know. Either that or the engine house that I have, a machine shop. I have a machine shop. I haven't modeled, or I haven't shown it yet. But anyway, this should be done. A little bit of glue on the outside there. Made a noob mistake. Go ahead and wipe it off a little bit. As you can see, the curvature is, I wouldn't call it perfect, but I don't know any other word to say. That's pretty good. So we'll keep going with it. So far it's here now. What I want to do is, now I can't remember. It's going to have one wall up here, right? I don't like that. I want more. I want more. I want more. I just want more. You know what? I don't want to use the man door though. So I'm at a little bit of a standstill here. I want the building bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 off of this one up here, and then these other pieces I'll start bending back. I'm going to be short. It's probably going to come to about here in the middle of the table. So I'm going to be short a few pieces, and then I'll go ahead and call my hobby shop and order another Smallman Street warehouse, because I noticed that they just appeared on Walthers again, so they're available again. I ordered 2, but only one came in because I guess they had only had 1 or 2 in stock or something, and I was one of the lucky or unlucky, however you look at it, ones to only get one. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 more of these. Then we're going to make the corner come back this way. So 2 more sections for curves, and then it'll turn straight and come back along this way. It'll be short, it'll probably end up like right about here. And I'll have this section that's open. I really hate to have to I'd really hate to have to buy one building just for one little section of wall. Oh, wait a minute. Through City Classics you can order wall sections both in this section and the 2-story section. So yeah, you can order those. Okay, well I'll just order a couple of walls and then it'll be done. Okay, so when I come back I'm gonna have the other 2 pieces cut and ready, and then this will be the end of well, and I'll go ahead and glue the pieces here, and this will be the end of part 1. A little long, so bear with me.